Train, train, Cheechoo, train. Our team's gonna win this game. Cheechoo. Oh, yeah. Cheechoo. Oh, yeah.
Bad plays like that. Cheechoo from Thornton. Jonathan, a nice move around the defender. He's got it! What a goal by Jonathan Cheechoo.
Jonathan Cheechoo's rise and fall in the NHL is one of the most fascinating stories in all of hockey. A player who went from being a league-leading scorer to being out of the NHL entirely in just a few short years. But to fully understand the rise and fall of the Cheechoo train, we must go back to where it all began. Jonathan Cheechoo was born on July 15, 1980 in Moose Factory, Ontario, and is a proud member of the Cree First Nations tribe. Growing up, he never imagined himself playing in the NHL. Instead, he thought he would follow in the footsteps of his grandfather and become a trapper and hunter for the Cree. But as time went on, his hockey talent became undeniable. Cheechoo always was a natural goal scorer and an offensive winger with a blistering shot and great hockey IQ. Despite never being the strongest skater. At 14, he would make the difficult decision to leave home and move 300 kilometers away to Timmins, Ontario, to pursue his hockey career. It was tough being away from his close-knit family, but he had a strong support system, and his community was behind him every step of the way. That was never more evident than during the 1998 NHL entry draft, when 120 people from Moose Factory made the journey to see him get selected 29th overall by the San Jose Sharks. Cheechoo's scoring ability was evident early on. In the OHL playing for the Belleville Bulls, he posted back-to-back 30-goal seasons before exploding for 45 goals in his final year. After turning pro, Cheechoo spent time in the American Hockey League with the Kentucky Thoroughblades, where he recorded 32 goals and 66 points in 75 games. His development would continue with the Cleveland Barons, and by 2003, he earned a call-up to the San Jose Sharks. Playing 66 games and putting up 9 goals and 16 points. It was a modest start, but his breakout was coming. In 2004, Cheechoo made the Sharks out of training camp and proved he could be a legitimate NHL scorer. He notched 28 goals and 47 points in 81 games, and he was a key contributor in San Jose's run to the Western Conference Final, adding 10 points in 17 playoff games, as the Sharks were unfortunately eliminated by the Calgary Flames. At just 24 years old, Cheechoo's career was on the upswing. But just as he was building momentum, the 2005 NHL lockout hit, forcing him to play in Sweden for HV71, where he appeared in only 20 games. When the NHL returned in 2006, Cheechoo's life was about to change forever. And it all started with one trade. On November 30th, 2005, the San Jose Sharks pulled off one of the biggest fleeces in NHL history, acquiring Joe Thornton from the Boston Bruins. Thornton, one of the greatest playmakers of his generation, immediately found chemistry with Cheechoo, and the results were staggering.
And San Jose full strength. Here's Cheechoo again, bumped by Beauchemin. He's in, he scores again! With Jumbo Joe feeding him the puck, Cheechoo exploded for 56 goals and 93 points in 82 games, winning the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy as the NHL's leading scorer. He finished ahead of names like Alex Ovechkin, Ilya Kovalchuk, and Jaromir Jagr, cementing himself as one of the league's elite scorers. In the playoffs, he added another 9 points in 11 games, though the Sharks fell to the Cinderella run Edmonton Oilers in the second round. Still, at just 25 years old,
It looked like San Jose had a superstar winger locked in alongside Thornton for years to come. So San Jose rewarded Cheechoo with a 5-year, $15 million contract, and expectations were now sky high. The 2007 season was still solid for Cheechoo, but it wasn't a repeat of his Rocket Richard Trophy campaign. Cheechoo battled a knee injury, missing some time, but he still managed 37 goals and 69 points in 76 games. A very respectable season. He was still a top 15 goal scorer in the NHL and an all-star. Then came the turning point. It was revealed that Cheechoo had been playing with an injury sustained during the Sharks' playoff loss to the Red Wings, which required double hernia surgery. Between that and his nagging knee issue, he lost a step. And for a player who relied on finding open space and quick positioning, this was devastating. And in 2008, Cheechoo's numbers took a major hit. He played in just 69 games and put up 23 goals and 37 points, a steep drop-off. Though he had 8 points in 13 playoff games, it was clear he wasn't the same player. By 2009, he was no longer a top winger, managing just 12 goals and 29 points in 66 games. With his role diminishing, the Sharks moved on. Ahead of the 2010 season, Cheechoo was traded to the Ottawa Senators in the deal that sent Danny Heatley to San Jose. Now just 29 years old, there was still some hope Cheechoo could regain his form with a new team, but it wasn't meant to be. He posted just 14 points in 61 games, which was fewer than his rookie totals. And by February 12, 2010, his NHL career seemingly came to an end. Just 4 years after he'd won the Rocket Richard Trophy as the NHL's leading scorer, Ottawa placed him on waivers, sending him to the American Hockey League where he finished the season in Binghamton. He did manage to play in one playoff game for Ottawa, but was bought out that summer, officially making him a free agent. Cheechoo spent the next 3 years trying to make his way back to the NHL, putting up solid AHL numbers, but no team took a chance on him.
Hey, Oklahoma City, I'm here to tell you that you are the luckiest city in the entire world, because you have, playing on your team, the greatest hockey player in the history of ever, Jonathan Cheechoo.
Realizing his NHL career was over but still wanting to play, Cheechoo moved overseas to the KHL in 2013. And he found success again. In his first year with Zagreb, he was a KHL All-Star, putting up 19 goals and 38 points. That earned him a 2-year deal with Dynamo Minsk, where he was even named captain at one point and recorded 86 points over 2 seasons. And in 2017, he played one final KHL season for HC Slovan, once again making the All-Star team with 40 points in 60 games. On March 6, 2018, Jonathan Cheechoo officially announced his retirement from professional hockey. The Cheechoo train had left the station for the last time. In 501 NHL games, he tallied 170 goals and 305 points, along with another 164 points in 217 KHL games. So what went wrong with Cheechoo? I think his decline was a mix of factors. Injuries, the game evolving, and the reality that his offensive awareness, not elite speed or skill, was his greatest asset. Playing alongside Joe Thornton, who became the first player in NHL history to win the Art Ross Trophy while splitting a season between two teams, helped highlight his strengths. But as his body began to break down, he simply couldn't keep up. Still, his story is one that hockey fans, especially Sharks fans, will never forget. He is still the only Shark to win the Rocket Richard Trophy. For one magical season, he was the best goal scorer in the NHL. And while his time at the top was short-lived, Jonathan Cheechoo's name will always be remembered. And that's gonna wrap up today's video, boys. After making the one on Sam Gagne's unexpected 8-point game, someone suggested that Jonathan Cheechoo's 2006 season might be the biggest outlier in NHL history, and I couldn't pass up the chance to dive into it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. It truly means the world to me. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It's always appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.
Are you ready to rock Oklahoma City? Train, train, choo-choo train, the Bears are gonna win this game. Choo-choo, oh yeah, choo-choo, yeah. Train, train, choo-choo train, the Bears are gonna win this game. Choo-choo, yeah, choo-choo, oh yeah. Train, train, choo-choo train, the Bears are gonna win this game. Choo-choo, yeah, yeah, choo-choo, oh yeah.